Hi, welcome back to our channel. We are Chase and Melia, and today we are reacting to Tori Kelly.
Oh, yeah.
This is from her TikTok because she is amazing.
She's
has
great.
a TikTok and puts just freaking phenomenal stuff up on that TikTok.
Absolutely. So today we're reacting to her little tiny TikTok cover of Good For You by Olivia Rodrigo, which is a jam, by the way.
Love that song.
I remember as soon as I heard it, I was like, this is like Paramore vibes. I'm so excited. And then there's all these things claiming that she stole it, but I don't really care.
If you haven't watched Adam Neely's breakdown of did, she steal that from Paramore, even though actually she just came out and released saying that like put them as co-writers.
Right.
It's just really interesting.
It's so bizarre. Music.
Yeah, go watch Adam Neely's breakdown of that. It's a beautiful thing.
Yeah, so we're going to watch Tori Kelly sing this. Tori Kelly is just, she's too much.
Phenomenal.
I don't know if we can handle it.
Good for you, guess you moved on really easily. You found a new girl and it only took a couple weeks. Remember when you said that you wanted to give me the world? Good for you, guess that you've been working on yourself. I guess a therapist I found for who she really helped. Now you can be a better man for your brand new girl. Good for you, you look happy and healthy and naughty. If you ever cared to ask, good for you, you're doing great out there without me, baby. Gonna wish that I could do that. I lost my mind, I spent the night crying on the floor right now to the room. You're so unaffected, I really don't get it. I guess good for you.
Okay, wait. It's TikTok, so it's just going to keep playing. So we're going to have to watch it 1,000 times. But you understand, and you will want to watch this. What are your first things that you'd like to say?
First thing I want to say is her guitar, the Gretsch White Falcon, is a super cool guitar. The second thing I want to say is that she's really good at guitar. And it makes me
Angry.
a little upset because to be good at guitar and that level of a singer
is really not fair.
It's just rare. It's not a lot of people who can sing at that level can play zero instruments.
I don't know about that. I'm learning that more people who are like, okay, maybe you're right. I was thinking of Natalie Weiss because she can sing, and she's a pianist first.
I just think it's rare.
Sarah Bareilles.
Though.
She is a pianist, guitar player. But then you can also think of Beyonce. Does Beyonce play an instrument?
I don't
know that she does. Does
Mariah
Mariah Carey play an instrument? I don't know that she does. I think nowadays, singers that sing like that are instrumentalists.
Maybe.
But that's just like one of 1,000 things that are impressive about Tori Kelly. I want to talk about her. So we've talked about this before in it was specifically the last video we just filmed. How something can sound high or low or like very different based on the person's range and voice. And so when she sings, it feels like everything sounds high.
Yeah.
But not like difficult high.
Yeah.
Her voice is just super high.
I don't know. I think she's singing right underneath her break.
Right underneath her break.
And,
she's like
but because she's so good at singing, she's such a pro, she can navigate that.
Right.
Like with confidence,
It's
with good
just,
air, with agility, with all that kind of stuff. Because that's where it starts getting dicey for a lot of people.
Absolutely.
When you start flirting with the edge of where you need to flip up or mix or any of that kind of stuff, she can still really navigate that really, really well.
Well, then let's listen and talk about what we think is happening. Do we think she's mixing? Do we think she's,
I don't think she's mixing. I was watching her sing, especially those higher parts.
Yeah. Good for you. That part, you don't think she's mixing?
No.
Okay.
No.
Well, the beginning part is obviously like chest voice because it's lower.
We're
but
gonna
let's
watch
listen.
the whole thing again.
The whole thing again.
Easily, you found a new girl and it only took a couple weeks. Remember when you said that you wanted to give me the world? Good for you, I guess that you've been working on yourself. I guess a therapist I found for who she really helped. Now you can be a better man for your brand new girl. Good for you, you look happy and healthy and naughty. If you ever cared to ask, good for you, you're doing great out there without me, baby. Gonna wish that I could do that. I lost my mind.
What do you think?
Wow.
What do you think?
Good for you. I don't know. I feel like she is like, she's definitely using her chest voice.
Yeah. I think it adds to the rock sound, you know,
Right.
if you don't, you know, good for you.
She's definitely not using her
good
head
for
voice.
you.
Yeah.
Right? It's really,
It's supposed to sound kind of like
it's kind of
struggle.
sound like
Yeah.
like wild, like
I am.
a little bit like a yell or something
I
like
feel like
that.
her voice is a very unique instrument. Like I don't quite understand it. She is kind of like, she's kind of like a tenor. You know what I mean? Where like you hear tenors sing. It's exactly what we had happen with you just this last video. Like when I hear you sing, I'm like, that sounds so much higher than it is.
Yeah.
It sounds so much higher than it actually is.
Sure.
And I feel like that I experience that with her voice a lot. And I think it's the timbre of her voice. I think it's the vowels she uses. She does something interesting too that I noticed just as a singer. I can't remember what word it is. I think it's coming up, but she like barely adds a consonant
Sure.
and she like kind of skips over it. But let's listen. I just want to point it out.
I spent the night crying on the floor right down to the room. Someone
Did you see it? So she doesn't say bedroom. She says bedroom.
In the room, yeah.
And
sure.
it's because she's doing a lot at that point. Like,
Yeah.
crying on the floor of my bedroom.
Yeah.
She does a lot more after that, but it's kind of a little like trick. I mean, we talk about this all the time. You know, consonants are just a little blip. You don't need to spend a lot of time on them. But she's doing this, and it aids to her sending energy all the way through the end of the phrase. And
Yeah.
there's
Well, it
air
doesn't
going all
interrupt
through.
the air,
It doesn't
yeah. It
interrupt
doesn't
anything.
interrupt the air.
She's also having a lot of like there's a lot of movement happening
Oh,
after
yeah.
that. I'm just gonna play it.
She's so good at guitar. I
know.
can't even handle it.
You can't even watch her.
get it, I guess good for you.
I don't understand how we riff.
Good for you, guess you moved on really easily. You found a new girl and it only took a couple weeks. Remember when you said that you wanted to give me the world? Good for you, I guess that you've been working on yourself. I guess a therapist I found for who she really helped. Now you can be a better man for your brand new girl. Good for you, you look happy and healthy and naughty. If you ever cared to ask, good for you, you're doing great out there without me, baby. Gonna wish that I could do that. I lost my mind, I spent the night crying on the floor right down to the room. You're so unaffected, I really don't get it. I guess good for you.
The bedroom part, that's the first time she mixes. My bedroom.
This is the first time she mixes.
Yeah.
Right.
First time she goes
Yes.
past that break.
Right.
But you can hear it lighten up.
Yes, absolutely. Well, and she is so good at navigating her range. We've talked about that too, like how you can tell that her like passaggio and her break is there, but she's not breaking. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? She is kind of, and I hate to use the word push
She's
because that
working the
seems,
line.
yeah, but she is using her voice as much as she can. She's singing in like this power, like chest register, kind of as high as it goes, I think, for
Yeah.
her. Really, it seems efficiently. It doesn't
Yeah.
seem like there's a lot of strain.
Yeah, I try not to talk about like physical stuff a lot because I don't want people just to say, oh, I just do this. If I move my neck like this, you know, it'll work.
Mm-hmm.
But one thing I want to note, her tongue is high. Mm-hmm. And we talked about that in our Mamamoo video.
Right.
With Hwasa, she was singing like, ah,
Yeah.
ah. And this is an example of it being used very well, I think.
Absolutely.
You know, she's keeping that where it's actually adding to her ability to sing up there
sing, yes.
without fighting a lot.
Absolutely.
You know, so if you're trying to sing bring your chest voice
Poppy,
really, really high,
yeah.
experiment with putting your tongue up.
Absolutely.
Just give it a shot.
But there is like an anatomy of it because I agree with you. Like we both in our vocal philosophy and even in our own practice kind of avoid the physicality of it in the sense
Not
that
gonna
we're not focusing on that. We're not like
Stick this here and turn this
exactly.
there. Yeah.
It's like, oh, I placed this in my chest voice.
Yeah.
You kind of you sing a piece, a song or whatever, and you see where it lands, and then you modify based on like other things like energy, vowel, airflow, things like that. But
let your body kind of do what it naturally wants to do.
Absolutely. And I think the results of that are somebody like Tori Kelly, who is really good at navigating all aspects of her range. I mean, she doesn't have a super duper low voice, but I mean, the beginning of this is really nicely spoken. Yeah. It's still really resonant. It still has a lot of beauty to it.
Yeah.
And it's a very simple part, it's kind of like the throwaway part of your range.
Yeah. I know this is a vocal channel, but I also have to talk about the guitar playing. So you'll watch her right hand.
Yes.
Yeah. This is a mirrored image.
It's mirrored, yeah.
So watch her right hand, and how she hits it is super duper dynamic.
Right.
She is sparse and she's definitely still hitting it, right? It's a rock song. It's kind of rocky, so she's still hitting the note, but it's not until the song really builds that she really starts laying into it. And that's just like, we talked about how good she was at guitar. We talked about how good she is at singing, but that is another level. You can be really good at guitar, you can be really good at singing, but musicality, your dynamic contrast, how you communicate a song is another level of musicianship. It's another level of how to give a great performance.
Totally.
And I just want you guys to, notice things like that, because when you're performing, I want you to have a spot where you're intimate, and then you build.
Right.
I want you to think about things like that, because be intentional, because that's really how you touch, people's hearts.
Absolutely.
How do people, make other people cry when they sing?
Yeah.
It's those dynamics. It's something that is beyond just singing well and just playing the guitar well.
And hitting the notes.
Absolutely. That's actually really where music and artistry kind of happens.
Totally. And we made a series a few months, maybe a year ago, about how and why you as a singer should learn an instrument. And I think that Tori Kelly is a great example of that. I don't know what she learned first. I don't know if it was guitar first and then sang, or if she did it all at the same time. But it's really... You don't have to be incredible, but it helps you in your journey as a musician, because the thing that we forget often is that our voice is our instrument. It is an instrument, but we don't really treat it like an instrument until sometimes you've played another instrument. Once you've played an instrument, you can understand like, oh,
my voice is an instrument.
My voice is an instrument. I can do so much with it. And then also being able to play an instrument, you understand music better. You can become more independent. You don't need other people. There's just a lot of good reasons why you should learn an instrument. I'm going to link that playlist above and below, just so you guys can see that as well.
Well, thank you so much for watching this video. We hope you got something from it and can apply it to your own singing. If you have any thoughts or would like to share your own experiences, please leave them in the comment box below. If you like this video, give it a like, and if you're new here, please consider subscribing. We make new videos like this every week. We're Chase and Melia. We'll see you soon.